talk about the missed third guy. So I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Spawning at the 12 o'clock position on Polar Night. I just played a ZVT on this map, Kev, while we were setting up.
I saw you winning.
It was nice.
Still got it.
I cheesed the heck out of that guy. One win. Spawning at the 12 o'clock position. The red Terran player, lead 1-0, Liquid, TaeJa. This bug, man. I swear.
He is going to go up against Juanito, also known as Major. Everyone's, well, I want to say favorite Mexican Terran player, but I would not be fair to Maker, because Maker is also a very good player. But he's perhaps a little less popular than Major.
I would say he's substantially less popular than Major, but people might like him more.
Maybe a few people do. There's always someone out there. I'm sure there's a badass Maker fan and someone who just doesn't really like Major. You know, it happens. It's like this one guy who really liked you and hated me.
The best StarCraft fan in the history of esports. That guy was awesome. So we've got a gas opening once more for TaeJa. It looks like Major this time is thinking 1-Rack's fast expand.
Oh, that's very traditional. I guess he's still going to drop a refinery. We will see. Much quicker gas indeed for TaeJa. TaeJa likes to, you know, he puts a lot of variation in his TVT openings. There's not really a certain way you can say it. If he feels that his opponent's opening up with a Banshee, it's not surprising at all to see TaeJa open up a Raven Viking and then also make a quick push with one siege tank. Sometimes he's the one who goes Cloak Banshee, sometimes he's proxying a Rex and goes for Reapers. 3 to 5 even, not just one.
Also worth noting that had we made that $1 million to 1 bet,
I would have already won it. I would have been $1 richer.
That's right.
Another day, another dollar, man.
And it's a good day. Better than yesterday.
Better than this weekend.
SCV Scout making its way up the ramp into TaeJa's base is going to see a gas opening. TaeJa with 200, or not 200, 100 gas means he's going to drop a factory immediately.
I like what Major was doing over there. He tried to hog the other SCV, so the SCV was not able to throw down the factory. Still small things, but every now and then when someone tries to build a factory 3 times and you're able to block it 3 times, people actually go on live tilt.
It was super annoying back in the Brood War days because it was a 2D world, and it was even harder to land your buildings because like one little SCV blocked an entire like quadrant of stuff.
Yeah, we used to do that in Warcraft 3 a lot as well. Wisp were very good at it. They're very annoying. Ben has no idea what Wisp are.
I do.
Actually, yeah, you know the Wisp.
Exactly what the Wisp is. It's that little night elf ghost thingy.
Yeah, pretty much. Major is going to go reactor expand, so that's why he did drop the refinery, of course. I mean, the command is just a little bit later, but still very economic opening. Let's see how he's going to follow it up. Probably just going to throw down the factory. Nothing is, doesn't really have anything to worry about. He's going to have plenty of marine production with this reactor.
Is that a 3rd command center already? Holy smoke. No, it's not.
It's the 2nd.
Never mind.
So what I think Major is probably going to do, I think he's going to bank on the fact that, hey, I think you're going to go Cloak Banshees once more, since, you know, that seems to be your go-to thing, and that's something that I know that you do every now and then, and perhaps you think that it's going to be easy against me. So I think Major this game is going to try to bust out a quick Raven, or maybe Viking Raven. Maybe get a Widow Mine, put the Widow Mine in a really, really stupid position, because TaeJa is very smart. Actually, I think that TaeJa is so smart that he's aware of Widow Mines in stupid positions, so I think you have to put the Widow Mine in a smart position again. Does that make sense?
I think the best thing to do against TaeJa is just not make the Widow Mine. Like, better not fly in, because I bet there's a Widow Mine.
That's probably true too, man. I like this little SV over here behind the natural from TaeJa. Major is going to be able to perhaps sneak in later on when the SV, when the Marines are out of position, out on the map. TaeJa is actually going to do both. He's going to make a Widow Mine and a Cloak Banshee.
Okay. We'll see if he takes those Marines across again. Major right now is very defensive.
Yeah, he's going to be much better prepared as well. Of course, you know, Reapers are awesome. They give you a lot of map presence early on, but it definitely slows down your Marine production a lot. Look at this little SCV. He's going to just see the timing of this command center.
Yeah, he's a great little scout. He knows exactly when that CC is going to go down. He's going to know that he is, right now, economically ahead.
There we go.
And all he has to do is deflect this Banshee.
Now he's going to squeeze in.
No, little guy.
Wrong direction.
Poor little SCV.
See Major opening up with the Raven. After the Raven is probably going to be a Viking. Just take control of the Banshees. And I actually kind of like the opening phase for Major. I think his opening is slightly more economic. His command center is quite a bit quicker. It's still on the high ground, but he's still going to be able to get a small SCV lead because of it. Because we shouldn't forget he's able to produce 2 workers at a time right now. Well, TaeJa is only able to produce 1.
I wonder if he's saving any energy for scan. Actually, he's saving quite a bit. He's got 75 energy right now. And he's going to use that energy, and that Banshee's not going to die to it. So
But if the Banshee flies back in after the scan, the Raven, I actually think the Mage is going to be able to pick off this Banshee right now. Because the Raven is going to spawn and Banshee!
TaeJa's control is so good. Look at him focusing down the damaged Marines. But unfortunately he overextended and lost that Banshee. So this is okay for MajOr. He's in pretty good shape. He's going to have his CC first.
More than okay, man. This was a cloaked Banshee. Ooh, the second cloaked Banshee took a lot of damage. See the Widowmine and the other turret as well, focusing down that Banshee. Wow, that Widowmine was able to connect with the Banshee. TaeJa activating cloak a little too late. And MajOr really quick, dropping the other turret when the Marines were out of range. Man, that was beautiful play. I love it.
Moral of the story, always put your Widowmines in silly places.
I mean, maybe this one wasn't too silly. I think
it was really well done by MajOr.
But man, this is 2 cloaked Banshees basically for 2 SCVs. Like 3 SCVs have died throughout the entire game, but of course one of them was the scouting SCV that we saw die over here. So 2 cloaked Banshees for just 2 SCVs. What a fantastic opening for MajOr.
Yep, he's in great shape, Kevin. The onus is now on MajOr. All he has to do is continue to press his advantage. Another Banshee is going to make its way into the natural. Where is that Raven? It might actually be in the middle of the map right now. Oh, there it comes.
A few SCVs did go down this time. MajOr's follow-up push seems to be pretty interesting as well. He's been producing a lot of Hellions. MajOr right now having 5 Hellions out on the map already. TaeJa has 4 Hellions on his own. Even though that was like a really good opening for MajOr, I don't think that he's in a position where he can really just like
this
push the issue.
Is just like waiting.
Yep. He's gonna get another juicy shot.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Well, if MajOr, while we're having a little bit of lag, if MajOr really wants to make a follow-up push, I don't think it's a great idea, man. I think it would be better for him to just play an economic game from this point on. He is down 3 workers. The second Banshee. Up! Boom. TaeJa make the 4th Banshee.
He's just constantly been producing. The Banshee's kind of won him game number 1. And he is going back to him here in game 2. I'm surprised that TaeJa's got the worker lead right now.
Or was that the Banshee from the left bottom side of the map? I mean, I would be very surprised if this...
Didn't he kill that one?
No, I don't think he did, because this one has 6 kills already, so I'm pretty damn sure it was the one from the left bottom side of the map. I guess the Banshee just backed off after he saw the Viking and the Raven coming in. So it was still the 3rd Banshee, but...
80 supply for MajOr, 82 supply for TaeJa. A pretty close game, in spite of the openings. Both players are going to get blue flame, which means we're going to be seeing Mech versus Mech. 3 factories down for TaeJa.
TaeJa finding himself in a much better economic position right now, though, with the 3rd orbital command already in his main base. MajOr is still on 2 bases. He's producing a ridiculous amount of Hellions. Blue flame on the way for both players as well. It's a little quicker for TaeJa. Now we see siege tanks in production too. I'm afraid that, I don't know what MajOr has in mind, but he's going to have to somehow execute it brilliantly, because right now it just seems like it's a very even, straight-up game. By the time you walk across the map, certainly in a TVT matchup like this, when someone is going to have defensive tanks as well, how are you going to break it, man?
TaeJa's also going to have blue flame before MajOr, so if there's a Hellion fight, he would probably win it. Marine hit squad.
The Marines were actually able to pick off.
They go down fighting.
Yeah, one of the Hellions.
We're not going alone. You're going to hell with me.
I'm supplied 62 against 57. But this is another fight that MajOr wants to take right now. Certainly once more, because as Ben mentioned too, Blue Flame is about to finish off for TaeJa right now. He actually has Blue Flame. MajOr's going to have to wait a little longer. Here come those siege tank pushes though, but...
Oh, and they're going to end up fighting before the upgrade finishes for MajOr, and TaeJa gets a couple of good volleys off. It's 112 supply to 121.
But TaeJa has tanks as well. TaeJa can actually siege up right now, and the moment he sieges up, I think he's going to put himself in a pretty good position. That's kind of a bad fight for TaeJa. He's going to take it with on-siege siege tanks as well.
Yeah, trying to just walk up the ramp. I have a hard time believing this is going to work, but with Vikings coming in, it's still not going to go his way. It's...
That's something we don't see very often, TaeJa making a mistake. I really don't think he should have taken that fight right there. He should have just sieged up over here.
And MajOr's going to continue rolling forward, and he might set himself up to take this game, Kevin. It's 89 supply to 84. Still close if you just look at the numbers. But
the thing is, like, TaeJa can basically abandon this base, at least for a little bit, and then still like try to bounce back from his natural. Taking a look at the worker count, he's up 16 workers. So yes, even if he abandons this base for a little while, if he's able to save the orbital, there are 2 Vikings over here. I think he will be able to save it eventually. MajOr putting himself in a good position, but his 3rd command center is just halfway done, and he's still down 15 workers. So this has to do more damage than he did so far.
No, he just killed a bunch of SCVs with some good tank fire. And TaeJa still isn't able to retake this position. The command center continuing to be shelled by Vikings and siege tanks alike. Major's going to try to force these units out. Is there a PDD? Yes, no, it's auto turret.
But Major microing his Vikings pretty well, keeping a low HP Viking, trying to at least try to get it out of range. Eventually he is still going to take this fight. The auto turret's helping out a lot actually, giving a lot of additional DPS to the little army of Major. I think Major did slightly better there than he should have done, so the auto turret was worth the wait and gold.
Major's getting further and further ahead here, and TaeJa keeps taking not good fights. He keeps taking disadvantaged fights and losing more and more units. He's going to try and get back into this thing with a Hellion run by, but he's going to be met by stiff resistant siege tanks.
Well, still, he's still going to have free reign of this mineral line for at least a little bit. I think TaeJa's going to be able to kill a lot of SCVs here.
And mission accomplished. He's pulled all of Major's units back home. Major does not want to allow this to run rampant through his mineral lines. He's got to shut it down. It will end up costing him a handful of workers. 18 total SCVs killed for TaeJa this game means that he is now 15 workers ahead once more.
I mean, I guess there was, what, 12 SCVs for 6 Hellions. It was good, but above all, I think the reason why it was really good is that TaeJa is buying time for himself. He's going to give up on this position over here on the right side because he knew with all those tanks sieged up on there, on this little high ground, it was just going to be hard to secure that base eventually. So TaeJa right now relocating over here. But this is going to be a really important engagement. If Major wins this Hellion skirmish, he's going to be able to kill so many SCVs, and TaeJa will not be able to secure this base anymore.
Oh my goodness, every SCV is going to get roasted. The mules now are all that remain, and that is a great counterpunch from Major, who's now 30 supply ahead of TaeJa. This base, I don't think that TaeJa can do anything to save it. Where are the Vikings, Major? Does he not have any Vikings?
No, I think he's stuck. Oh, he actually has 7 of them.
He's got them. They're somewhere on the map.
Maybe in the left bottom side. I think they were chasing down a Banshee.
But regardless, Major in a phenomenal position now is going to bring up more reinforcements. Major has secured his third base. He has created a worker lead for himself. He's up 11 SCVs now. And, of course, militarily, his army is stronger. 86 army supply to 78.
This is going to be a pretty close Viking fight. The numbers are quite even. Major having a couple of SCVs, start repairing those Vikings, Major. Then you can definitely win this little war. While TaeJa is starting to focus on the Raven, I guess he will be fine regardless.
Banshee has found the siege tanks of TaeJa, and Major's going to try to reposition. That's some great spotting there by that Banshee. Can he get sieged up? He's going to try, and this could be the fight that determines the outcome of the game. TaeJa tries to roll in, but Major siege tanks laying down some heavy fire. And actually, TaeJa will hold. He's not going to crumble, and sticks around for at least a little while longer. Still, though, the supply is favoring Major. It's 111 supply to 90.
Income-wise, heavily favoring Major right now. Major with 64 workers against 51.
TaeJa took a 4th command center? When did this happen?
During all this, somehow, some way.
So, economically, TaeJa is trying to hang in there. He has got to win a fight, though, Kevin, if he's going to get back in this game.
Taking a look at the unit's last resource tab, we can see TaeJa has lost 2,000 more than Major. Major going here with a small Hellion run by trying to kill off a few additional. Look at those. I guess that was a little bit of luck as well, but still, that's a beautiful sight here for TaeJa. Surviving with all 4 Hellions. Ooh, so many SCVs are lined up. Oh my god, man. So many red HP.
So many SCVs are going to die, and that's going to be another devastating blow. TaeJa does run past, though, with these very low health Hellions, and he's going to deal some counter damage back here to Major. It's not going to be huge damage, but it is good enough to keep the worker counts close. It's 58 workers for Major, 44 for TaeJa, who is still up a command center. Has those extra mules and did just win that fight.
It's just madness all over the map right now. It's still sort of even. Tanks are just dying left and right. There's always a moment in the game where one guy doesn't have anti-air. And just like once more, if you have one single Banshee over here from Major, it's gonna maybe even able to pick up those 2 tanks. They're both so low on HP.
Wow, very low HP tanks. One of them with just a single hit point, another with 6. And Major is going to come forward and clean them up. TaeJa really needs to build a couple
17 kills
of
on
turrets.
that Banshee. Just 17 kills on that Banshee. Major is 30 supply up right now against the Terran that's just red hot in the summer months. Recently won DreamHack Bucharest, but Major has played a fantastic TVT here.
Major's 4th command center is now going down, so the last advantage that TaeJa enjoys soon to be ripped from his grasps. And I don't understand why he's not building a couple of turrets. Has he just never made an engineering bay? I guess not. That would certainly stop these Vikings from just parking overhead. TaeJa's going to tap out. Wow, Major takes game number 2.